There's no power. And I was gonna wait till daylight to talk, but I really wanna get my thoughts out now. I have a lamp too, so it's fine. We have light. It's all right. So I was thinking that as much as I have a positive outlook, and as much as I can be optimistic, or rather, I don't like the word optimism necessarily. It's not really optimism exactly. It is, but it's more like I choose to see a better way or a higher way of things. But that's not always the case, especially when I'm dealing with certain people or certain energies or certain situations. And not that I'll like feel discouraged or anything, but um, I'll project certain ideas onto people, or maybe um, I'll internalize certain ideas about people, places, and things that I otherwise wouldn't if I was more aware of what I was thinking about. And I am aware of what my thoughts are, but I feel like there's always a deeper level of awareness that you can have. I don't think there is like, I don't think the depths, I think the depths just keep going. Like it just gets deeper and deeper, but I guess I'm trying to be more aware, or I want to be more aware, and I'm working towards it because I recognize that I don't always operate from a place of pure love. And I want to embody that. That's the direction that I'm moving in. And I want to embody that more because it feels really good and it feels good to share that. And I notice in my, like, the way I react to things, certain things I can react to in negative ways still. And it doesn't feel good. And I acknowledge that, but I still do it pretty much out of habit, honestly. It's purely just like out of habit of like the way I'm used to certain like doing certain things. Like the certain I guess old habits that I'm still I don't think, you know, like the work ever ends in terms of how much more aware you can be, how much more loving you can be. I think the levels just get deeper and deeper. And that's a beautiful thing because it means you always have room to grow and you always have room to expand. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing that you're never really there because there is no there to get to. It's just now. And this now is just ever changing and evolving, and you are ever changing and evolving. And that's such an incredible gift. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm more just talking about how I want to be more intentional with the way I use my words and my actions because I've noticed consciously, or with like more small things where even just like with like my sister, I love my sister, but she'll piss me off sometimes or annoy me, and I'll react in a way that I've been reacting my whole life pretty much, or with smaller things now because when it comes to the bigger things, I've taught myself to have that compassion because I have that compassion for myself. I have that love. Oh, the power just came back on. I have that love for myself. You know, I have a lot of things that I've cultivated for me that I'm now able to share with others because I'm not giving from a place of desperation and I'm not pouring from an empty cup. But the more I fill my cup, the more I want to be able to fill others. Because if I'm overflowing in that way, I almost feel like I have a responsibility to share it. Um, no, anyway, sorry, I was distracted. Um, yeah, yeah. I want to be more loving because that's where I feel the most natural when I share love and when I share myself and when I'm vulnerable and when I'm open and when I'm honest. I still, I'm still not fully honest a lot of the time. And it's from a place of fear because in the past, being honest a lot of the time for me meant being hurt. But I'm not there anymore, I'm strong enough to stand in my own like sovereignty and my own self that is like unshaken. I have a stable sense of self, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. And because of that stable sense of self, I'm able to share myself without having any expectation or needing something back from whatever energy I'm giving to or whatever thing I'm pouring into. I can just pour into it because it feels good. And the more I'm able to do that, the more intentional I want to be with it. So I think, love is a powerful energy, and you want to be very intentional with it, with the way that you use it, especially if you have a lot of it to give. It's very important. I think how you use that love, how you share it. I'm also realizing that. Oh, I've been thinking about how I can be really moody. I don't think that's a problem, but I just think it's funny because like I have so many moods. I have so many different moods. I don't really know what that points to exactly, but I've been observing myself more since I've been recording these videos because I can more directly because I can be a bit more honest with myself and a bit more authentic. I'm able to like witness myself from a third person perspective with more clarity, which is fun. It's fun. It's really fun to do because it's like, I don't know, it's like sort of literally like watching myself like go through these things or like not just like, slowly learn certain things or slowly come to certain realizations. And I don't know. I feel like I'm more observing myself than I am being so critical and judgmental of myself because when I started working on myself or whatever, I was so critical of myself and every single little thing, because it's like, I keep making this mistake and I'm supposed to be doing better and I'm supposed to be doing the work. And now it's just kind of like me watching myself um, and letting myself just like evolve naturally, because I mean, I feel like I'm at a point where the process is like, it's sort of automatic, because when you like start, you can't really stop. It almost becomes, I don't know, it's like a momentum. I just thought of an analogy, but it just slipped completely out of my mind. Um, I wanted to compare it to something. It's like, hmm, I don't know, man. For some reason, I'm thinking about this one Christmas gift I got, which is like these like, it was like those electric race tracks, where like you put the car on and you have this remote, and I don't know, it uses some sort of electricity. That's all I know. And like you could like race these cars. I got like this, and you can build different like shapes with the racetrack pieces and stuff. It was so cool. It was like one of the coolest things I ever got. I don't know why, but it almost like it broke almost immediately. Like it lasted like maybe 2 weeks, and then it was gone. Oh man, that was so sad. I was really sad. I was like crying, but it was fun while I had it. I don't know why I'm telling you that, but like it's like, I don't know. You set the car in motion and then it's like it just keeps going, and it's like the car being in motion creates a current. So like all you have to do is set it off, and then as soon as it starts moving, that movement generates more electricity. This is not true about like the racetrack. Like I don't think that's how it works, but this is useful for what I'm talking about. So like, yeah, the current is now like feeding itself by moving. So the more you like move through this journey, the more you're just giving yourself energy, and it's like you can't even stop it. Like it'll just be happening on its own because you just I don't know. This is a better way to describe this, but it's like a self-driving current. You know, you don't have to force it; it just happens. I guess it's surrender. You know, there's so much power and movement in surrender, which is kind of ironic. You know, you think like you'd have to force something to move, but I feel like it just happens naturally. I mean, even if you do nothing, things will change. So it's up to you. Do you want to be intentional with it, or do you want to just let it happen? And I want to be more intentional because as much as I am being intentional, I can be more intentional with every little thing that I do. And it's not about being critical of myself anymore. It's about I have the capacity to choose now. I don't feel lost in myself. I know who I am. I know what I want. And so I'm going to make those decisions with more intention and more mindfulness and more awareness, and to come from a place of more awareness rather than to come from like these like patterns in my brain that I'm so used to. Like to come from a place where I'm just a place of just truly feeling, not a preloaded like pattern that already exists in my brain or way of doing things that already exists, because that's so easy, you know. It's not even that it's easy. It's just like um no, yeah, it's just it's too not it's easy to do things that way, but I don't like things that are easy. Is what I realized. Like in life, about my life rather, and my life's path and the way it's gone. I clearly don't like when things are too easy because it's boring. I like challenges, and I like to challenge myself, and I like to be challenged. I think there's a lot of fun in challenge, and not really competition, but more just like challenge. I mean, like good spirited competition is good. You know, that's really good. I think for the soul, if you can do it like from a place of again awareness, not ego, then I think competition is really good for you because you're letting it transform you rather than getting some sort of gratification of like, oh, I want to win. It's not that you want to win, you just like the challenge. It's fun. But yeah, I don't want to talk much longer, really. I feel like I got out what I was thinking about. Yeah, yeah. Much love, many blessings. Yeah, have a good one.